Welcome to another episode of 5 Unscripted. We've got a special guest today, digital creator as well as entrepreneur, Quanzah. Welcome to 5 Unscripted.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming through.
I can't do no small talk, no small talk. I'm not with the small talk. Can't be with the small talk.
I mean, we were already kind of starting to discuss just before we started recording your preferred platform. And you're saying TikTok. TikTok is your home and it's based off of a lot of other things, but you wanted to keep your Instagram content and TikTok content different. Where were you thinking of going with the Instagram content?
With obviously with the campaigns and stuff, it's two different platforms, and my focus is completely different. I'm more. For me, TikTok is more engaging, especially with the lives, especially with the content, the type of content that I create. It's more engaged. There's more engagement on TikTok than Instagram.
Yes.
So on Instagram, it's more of pictures, and I don't really post much of the videos that I post on TikTok.
Yeah, and I think you're a very authentic content creator. I think as audience members, we get to experience who you are authentically on TikTok, but also just outside of TikTok when you're not creating content. What is Quanzah doing? Is Quanzah a homebody? Is Quanzah someone who enjoys the outdoors? Are you a nightlife guy? Are you like a picnic guy? What's your vibe?
I'll be very honest with you. Every day is just not the same with me. I take it as it comes. If I feel like going, like for instance now, I'm not feeling well. Like we had the conversation earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling well, so I just need to go to the pharmacy, take my meds, go straight to bed. I am a homebody, to be honest.
Yes.
I am a home. I'm mostly at home or with family, but I'll have a friend or two over, or I'll go to a friend's house. I hardly go out on weekends.
Yes.
Hardly, but I do go out.
Yes. And
I do go
enjoy it
clubbing,
every now and again,
and when I want to go out, I go all out. I go all out.
You go out for a reason.
For a reason. So
Yes.
I spend most of the time with my friends.
Yeah.
I have two best friends, so I spend most of my time with them.
With your
if I'm not
friends.
working on weekends, even if I'm working, actually, I go with them.
Yes,
I
it's that
take
kind
them
of like
with-
you take them with all the time
all
wherever
the
you
time.
can.
Even when we're traveling, like for instance, just 2 weeks ago, we were in Durban. I was hosting something in Durban. I took them with.
That's wonderful. I mean, do you feel that it's easier also to include friends and maybe family members in this journey that you're on with content creation?
Being in a public space, you need people that you really trust and people that always have your back.
Yeah.
There are certain things that you will overlook or you will not be aware of that are happening around you while you are at that particular place. Security.
Yes, true story.
Security.
Oh, it's also
For
that.
instance, we're at a club. I have my drink here. I'm talking to somebody. Somebody could literally just do something to my drink.
Spike, done.
You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's one of those. They make it easy for me.
I appreciate that perspective because sometimes you think working with friends and family kind of blurs the lines between professionalism, but especially like you're saying, being in the public space, you end up being in environments where you're dealing with more strangers than you are with the people you
Exposed,
came
yes,
with.
definitely.
So it's definitely better to have people that you can trust. You're also someone that's very involved, I think, in giving back.
Yes.
You are very concerned about how the young South African, progresses in life. And I think that speaks volumes to the kind of person you are, but also leads us to this question of your NPO. You are starting a foundation. It's called Quenation Foundation.
Yes.
And you're all about uplifting the young boy and the young girl. You're bridging financial gaps as well. Talk to us a little bit about that foundation, what sparked that idea, and how you plan on keeping it going.
One would think that when someone thinks of starting up a foundation, they have all the money. My foundation was actually registered now in, what month are we in?
We are in October now, yeah.
It was fully registered in January this year. And that stemmed from what I do on social media, like the things I do, the engagement I do on TikTok, on the lives, and because I'll make a typical example. Someone would call in and say, "Listen, I lost my job. I don't have a home. I've been kicked out of a home, and in that time on the live, I have like 600-700 to 1,000 people just watching and engaging with me, and I would literally stop everything, whatever we were doing." I'd literally stop it because one thing I do I don't do. If you've seen the TikTok lives,
Yes.
it allows you to actually add more than one people.
Person, yeah.
Sorry,
to like
more
host
than
with
two
them,
people.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I want to engage with you
one-on-one.
one-on-one. I want to engage you one-on-one. So I would literally stop whatever we're doing, whatever we're talking about, and say, guys, you know what? Actually, let's help her. If there's anyone on the live who wants to put a hand, let's do it. Here's an account number.
Wow.
Here, what's your account number? What's your
Sure.
account number? So now, someone actually, well, shout out to Sispi. Sispi is my secretary at the foundation.
Yes.
She was like, Mr. Quanzah, because that's what she calls me.
Yeah.
And I used to hate it when she calls me Mr. Quanzah.
Mr.
Mr.
Quanzah.
And she religiously calls me Mr. Quanzah.
Yeah.
Without fail. So she's like, Mr. Quanzah, I think it's time now you register because you've been doing this for over a year. And you don't have any track record of what's happening. Like, let's do it.
Formalize it.
And then I registered the foundation. I've been doing... The thing is, I always feel some type of way when I have to take content of some of the things that I do,
and
because
you
I
put
don't
out
do it
there.
for clout.
Yeah.
I really don't do it for clout. If you look at the foundation's page,
Yes.
there's basically nothing there.
Yeah.
It's just maybe our pictures as a team, and I feel some type of way because
Putting it out there.
Because some people don't like being exposed.
Yes, absolutely.
It makes them very uncomfortable. The mere fact that they feel comfortable talking to me about
What
their
they're going
problems,
through, yeah.
I appreciate that because they trust me. There's something in me that they actually saw, and they were like, okay, you know what? Actually, I'm going to pour my heart. I'm going to be vulnerable to this man. Let's see what happens. Tomorrow, I'm taking a girl child to a metric dance.
Oh, my word. I'm sure she is freaking out.
Like from everything. We started from her dress from her makeup, from as I was in the car now. Sispi,
Yes, the
the manager,
foundation secretary. Yes.
she was calling me. She's like, "Are you gonna be able to do this?" Because she knows I was talking to her all the way. Like, I'm really not feeling well.
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you gonna be able to? Can't you reschedule?" I'm like, "I'm already here." You know how much I hate disappointing.
Yes.
So I was like, "Okay, no, let's just stomach this one, and I'll go straight home."
No, and we appreciate that. It means a lot.
And thank you. And so now she's running around with the whole
the young
metric
lady,
dance and the makeup, the hair, the
And
nails.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's actually a smooth sail for me because I literally have people from my TikTok that literally said, "I'm going to do this.
I'm going to
do this. Makeup is on me. Nails is on me. This is on me," which helps a
Makes
lot.
it so much smoother.
It's so much smoother.
Absolutely. I think it's beautiful what you're doing, and I think the impact of your work will be felt in communities.
Definitely.
I think far deeper than the internet can reach.
Definitely.
In a sense that what you're doing for this girl child now, and many other girl children and other boy children as well, they're going to remember it for the rest of their lives. And that's exactly how you end up creating an impact. You start with helping one person who will help another person and help other people and so on. But it's not your only passion.
No.
You also have a t-shirt brand. Let's talk about Nana.
What about Nana?
How did Nana come about?
It's basically, if you follow my content, if anyone else follows my content, I'm that Nana guy.
Yes.
I'm that Nana guy.
Yeah.
And when my content started, I really didn't think it would get to this point or this far. So I was like, oh, okay, you know what? There's that Bonang Theledi out there
Yes.
who lives in Durban, who cannot reach to Quanzah, but would like to feel something that comes from Quanzah. I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Actually, let me just start this brand and see. And at first, when the first rollout came out, it was Nana. It was not Nana by Quanzah.
Yes.
It was Nana, and then underneath, it was Ndim Unana, meaning I am Nana.
Oh,
They loved it.
because you're all Nana.
They
You are
loved
Nana,
it.
I am
They
Nana. We are
loved
Nana
it.
together.
Yeah, and the one thing that they kept on talking the most about was the quality of the T-shirt, the uniqueness of the T-shirt. So it's the T-shirts, and I also have the hoodies and the caps.
Yes.
So the bucket hats are also coming out because now it's summer. We're approaching summer.
I'm a sporty girl, so we love a good bucket hat moment
Great.
any time of the year, actually. Even in the winter, you always catch me in a sporty. Like
Wabon-
genuinely.
Wabonage, I'm a cap guy.
Yes,
I'm
it works.
I'm a cap guy, so definitely. And it makes sense for me because everyone knows me as that cap and sunglasses guy. So how do I have a brand and not have headgear?
Yes, it makes sense. And you are very well dressed, very well put together.
Thank you.
What does fashion mean to you? What does your appearance, especially as a public figure now, what does that mean to you when you step outside? What is the significance of how you look?
Respect. Respect. Looking good, smelling good, it's a sign of respect for me.
Sure.
I was taught by my dad that you don't leave even if you're going to buy your bread, even if you're going to buy like just a loaf of bread,
that's it.
make sure and he would even make a joke about it. It's like, you never know who you might bump into. Your ex-girlfriend that dumped you, that left you for another man, could literally be at the till there.
Yeah.
And you look crusty.
You don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
It's like a secondhand embarrassment.
Even if you haven't, you know, what I'll do, because I'm a homebody. Sometimes you have your lazy days where you're like, okay, I'll bath later.
Yeah.
You know,
we just do
but I need
sweatpants,
I need bread, eggs, and milk. Let me just quickly
freshen
head
up
and shoulders.
quick. Yeah. That's how it works.
My friend calls it head and shoulders.
I love head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders. So I would literally do that, quickly run to the shop. But when I step out, even if I'm wearing my sweatpants, I must look good.
You must look. No one must know it's your lazy day.
No one must know, because I'm going to. Dude, I can't run away from or shy away from the fact that I'm in a public eye.
Yes.
And how I present, how I carry myself, how I respond to people when they see me, it needs to resemble. It needs to resonate with how I portray myself or how I put myself out there on social media. For me, it's effortless because I don't need to portray something I'm not. I don't.
Absolutely.
Because now I have to put on a face. I have to put on a whole new body when I go out.
Yes.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah.
I laughed the other day. Oh, you forgive me. I talk a lot.
It's okay. I love it.
Me, I talk.
That's what we're here for.
I laughed the other day. I was on a video call with a friend of mine. So I had forgotten that because he was bringing some drinks.
Yes.
I forgot to ask him. I forgot to ask him to buy some ice and stuff.
Yes.
So I had to go to Clicks and get some more stuff because I'd ran out because I was already in the mall.
Yes.
So I got some few stuff from Clicks. As I was walking into the store, I realized that I was wearing my old Crocs.
Oh.
They are white. Well, we're white.
Oh no.
But now my dog bit one of the belts. It's like it looked so.
It looks like
dingy.
Yeah. Oh man. And if you have a dog, it's just the end of all your flat shoes.
I have two actually, and they're Pomeranians. The one is 5 months old, and the other one is turning 3 years now on the 30th. The little one is so naughty. My shoes, my socks, because he's actually at that age.
Yes.
Where you just need to lock everything out.
Yeah. Even your
so
couches
I
are
realized.
in danger.
And I was dressed properly, but then because I was in the house, I was wearing these old Crocs.
Just to move around.
And I was like,
oops, look at me forgetting.
Now I'm at the till. This lady behind me is like, sorry, are you not Quanzah?
Ooh.
I'm like, hi, yes. And then she's like, I like your shoes. Yo, I laughed.
I'm dying for you. I feel like I'm in that moment. I'm like, why don't you look at the rest of my outfit? It's all fine.
No, but for me, I try to laugh off everything. Awkward situation that I'm in. When I'm alone, I'll just say,
dang.
That's when I'll do it.
I need to do better. Oh, yeah, it's also something to say, I think, about how you don't want the people that know you as this happy, positive guy to see you in that space where you're like, oh, actually, it's a bit of my L. But it's not supposed to be that deep because all normal people do that. We all walk out of the house in our flip-flops and our dingy shoes. But because you're in the public eye, there's an added kind of feeling of, I should have remembered.
But the one thing that I'm never afraid to do or never afraid of is being vulnerable in front of my followers.
Absolutely.
I've cried, I don't know how many times I've cried in front of them on the live.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it's when you come to me, and the thing is, I internalize everything.
Yes.
I tend to take whatever you're telling me with so much emotion because I put myself in your shoes. And it just happens. I try not to do that, but I find myself moving away from the camera.
Just
and then
trying
come
to
back.
keep it together.
Just try to keep it together.
I think
But
that opens up a door to another conversation. Like being a man, your masculinity as a public figure, and still choosing to be a vulnerable, very much a ladies' man as well. I think you show your sensitivity as well in some of your content. Do you think that dynamic is hard to find?
what dynamic?
That balance between being a sensitive person
As a
and
man.
as a man, yes.
Men have feelings. Men have emotions. Men have blood and flesh.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a man being vulnerable, a man being emotional. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because I think that's one of the biggest challenges we're facing. I'll talk about our country,
Yes.
and it's one of the the challenges that lead, especially to suicide cases,
Yeah.
because men are very scared to speak out. They'd rather die inside because of that whole, I'll call it nonsense, that a whole lot of people still believe in.
That you
Ukuthi indoda
shouldn't cry.
ayikhali, a man doesn't cry. There is no such.
Ish. Yeah.
I've had, and the thing is, I've made my platform so comfortable for everyone, so that they see everything that I do, everything that I say, everything that I am on social, that they can come as you are. So Jesus said.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's a lot to learn, I think, in that perspective as well, in saying come as you are, not just as a man, but as a person.
As a person,
Come as you are.
that's what I always preach. I don't care whether you are black, brown, pink, yellow, whether you are female, male, whatever. Come as you are. And I always say this on the lives, on all my platforms. Actually, I have zero tolerance for disrespect.
Disrespect.
Zero tolerance.
Because it comes quite easily on the internet. People hiding behind a keyboard
Listen.
are very quick to be
Listen,
cruel.
and there's this new trend now of people creating new fake accounts. There's no username. There's no there's absolutely
a number.
nothing.
It
It's
says
just a
user
number. User
6,000
something.
watch.
And they know they have nothing to lose because nobody knows them, and they'll come to your platform and comment whatever, which is wrong.
It is. It
The
is.
Lord is watching you.
Absolutely, there's going to be consequences to these actions. I think you speak very powerfully. I think your message is very strong with your NPO and what you want to do. But in closing, I guess, do you have any words of wisdom for any young up-and-coming content creators, maybe aspiring entrepreneurs who have these passions, who want to use their platforms online to elevate their message as well? What advice would you give them walking into this limelight, walking into the public eye?
Never be afraid to start. Never be afraid to start. What people are going to say, people always talk.
Yeah.
Whether you do good, bad, whether you don't do, or whether you do, they will still talk. Just start. If you have this passion, if you have this dream, go for it. I spoke to this other young lady from, I think she's from Malawi, but she's studying medicine in Zambia or something.
Wow.
She's doing her first year. Very brilliant young lady. She came to my live. She's like, Uncle Quanzah, I've been following you for some time now, since I was in high school, and I really appreciate your content. But as someone who would like to get into the whole content creation space and whatnot, how can you advise? What advice can you give me? And then that's when I asked all the questions that, okay, what are you studying? And then she said she tried the whole dance challenges and whatnot, but she wants to be. I'm like, not everyone can be a doctor. Not everyone can be an accountant or a nurse or a teacher. Same as this platform. Not everyone can be a content creator. But you are at an advantage because there's not a lot of people that are creating the type of content that I'm about to introduce to you. Create content about what you are studying.
Yes, absolutely.
As you are learning, put your camera there. Start talking about what you've learned. If it's something about your about a heart or whatever, just create content about it. Edit your video. Teach yourself. There's YouTube. Teach yourself how to edit video. But your content, find your niche. I can see that you can actually go for it because you are very well spoken.
Yes.
You are eloquent. Go for that.
Okay.
Trust me, yo. She came back a few months later. She's like, do you remember that lady that came in? Like, I've actually gained over 5,000 followers since. I'm like,
Whoa.
you see? That 5,000 is going
Crack
to
the code.
multiple by hundreds and hundreds and
Thousands
hundreds.
even.
Go for it.
I think that's beautiful advice. The pressures of content creation is that we should all do the same
No.
trendy dance challenges.
Find your niche.
Absolutely.
Find your niche. Be comfortable. Don't look at what Bonang is doing and you want to impersonate what Bonang is doing. It's not going to work for you. It
Yeah.
also goes with your personality.
Sure.
You need to love and enjoy what you're doing.
I love that. Thank you so much, Quanzah. This was a beautiful conversation.
Great stuff.
Thank you. Be sure to catch other episodes of 5 Unscripted. This was Quanzah. This was a great conversation. See you on the next one.
See you. Thank you so much, guys.